Tim, tell me about that system down on the Gulf. Do we have any chances of it coming and affecting us up here in Central Florida?
Well, I think for the most part, models are taking it out, and it looks like we have a strong upper level low pressure that's actually going to continue to knock that off. That's a cold front here in Central Florida. There's also a large ridge in the Midwest, in the central part, and the southern part of the United States, too, bringing a lot of dry air toward Texas. But actually, the storm that you're talking about was a tropical storm a little while ago called Gabrielle, has now dissipated to a tropical depression as it has moved off the coast of Puerto Rico. But until then, we've got to keep an eye on it because there's another low pressure out there, tropical system too, that could develop and merge with that and develop into a tropical storm or even greater into a hurricane. So we're going to really keep an eye on it. Models are not indicating that at all. It looks like it's going to be moving offshore into colder water. So really got to keep an eye, though, over the next 24 hours what they play out. Here in Central Florida, though, high pressure system just off to the east, bringing us onshore flow. We had a lot of thunderstorms yesterday afternoon, a lot of scattered and lasting right on through most of the evening around 8 and 9 o'clock. This afternoon, expecting a few isolated, especially here on the east coast of Florida. And they won't be lasting as long and very isolated too. West coast, though, toward Tampa Bay, they are going to be kicking off a little bit more. Here we go right now, because of this cold front that is just to our north, again, that's going to be the one that kicks it off and makes sure that tropical depression doesn't touch us, but it's going to be bringing us a lot of wet weather right on through Friday, and then most of Saturday and part of Sunday too. So that's something we have to keep an eye on, though. But there you can see on our satellite imagery, the visible satellite, a couple thunderstorms developing offshore, especially in southern Brevard County toward Melbourne and Daytona Beach. We're starting to see a couple cumulus clouds developing into cumulonimbus this afternoon offshore. So those are something we have to keep in mind as we go through the next couple hours or so. About 4 o'clock is where I'm expecting these things to be pushed toward already. But until then, we've got to keep an eye to the skies for that. There you can see on the radar, though, right now toward Melbourne, just north of there, too, a couple isolated showers. Again, those are going to be moving offshore and moving toward the west coast this afternoon. Temperatures out there, a little bit cool, and we've seen a feel of fall for us, too. A lot of the country actually saw their first coldest days. Today, this afternoon, it's only 78 in Claremont, 78 in Eustis, 81 in Orlando. On the coast, actually 77 in Palm Coast. Daytona Beach, a little cooler than it's been. We've been in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, 82 right now. Fairly calm winds too, so that actually doesn't really help with the thunderstorm chances. That's why we're going to keep those isolated out there. Relative humidity, 69%. That's going to be creeping up tomorrow afternoon, as well as the temperatures tomorrow. So enjoy the 70s right now, especially in Claremont and parts of Orlando County, because 92 in Orlando is what I'm forecasting, 92 in Claremont, 92 in Kissimmee, 91 in DeLand. Along the coast, a tad bit cooler. We'll be seeing temperatures mainly in the upper 80s, 88 in Daytona Beach, 89 in Titusville, and 89 in Melbourne. Take a look at the next 5, though, for you. We'll be seeing, Dave, those temperatures increase, humidity increase, chances of rain will be going up, more scattered by the time we get into Saturday, into Sunday. For the most part, afternoon we could be clearing out, though. Monday and Tuesday next week, we'll be seeing dry air moving here for Central Florida. The mid part of next week looks nice. Biggest thing, though, Dave, we have to keep in mind, again, is that tropical depression, Gabrielle, and, of course, see what other waves of low pressure as we get into the peak of hurricane season next week. That's the latest I got for you. We'll see you a little bit later on tonight. Dave, over to you.
Thanks, Tim.